Hello everyone, welcome to this Hot Wheels review. In this video we will be looking at the highlights of the 2022 L case. Now I do want to start off by saying I don't have absolutely every car from this case. I believe there is a 69 Charger that I don't have, but I do have the majority of the cars that anyone would really want. So I apologize if I don't have a specific car that you want, but this is kind of just my personal favorites from this case. Without further ado, let's get started, and the first car we're going to be taking a look at today is the Hot Wheels Kit Concept. This is obviously a Knight Rider casting, but it's kind of the concept that Hot Wheels created of Kit. So yeah, let's go ahead and open this guy up. Right off the bat, I do want to say this is a very strange looking casting, but it's very unique. I do quite like it. It's pretty much blacked out all over, which is very cool looking. And of course has the signature red light on the front, and he also has the very cool looking brake lights back here. It's just kind of a single stripe that goes all the way across, and there's a red line that goes down as well. This casting has the gray Aerodisc wheels. Everyone kind of hates on these wheels, but I personally like them. I think they look very nice. Here's a look at the bottom of the car for any of you that want to see it. But other than that, there is not much else to say about this casting, other than that it is a very unique casting and I do really like it. And I hope Hot Wheels creates some more fantasy castings that are just as cool as this one. Next up we have the Corvette C8R. This is a recolor. It originally came in yellow and gray, which I do have both of, but I really do like this blue. I think it looks nice. Let's go ahead and get this guy out of the package. Here we go, we have the C8R out of the package, and like I said, I do love the blue, and the red and the white stripes look absolutely amazing on this, and I also love the sun strip, the little red sun strip that says Corvette on it. And on this, here's a look at the side here. It says Hot Wheels Graphics number 8, and I do apologize if I seem like I'm going a little fast, but we have a lot of cars to get through. And if you want to see a more in-depth review of one of these, just leave a comment, and I could possibly do that in the future. But yeah, this is basically just, like I said, a recolor. Here's the bottom of the car. Not much else going on with it, but it's a very nice casting. Next, we're going to move on to the 1940 Ford pickup. This is part of the drag strip series, which is a series I'm a big fan of. But let's go ahead and open it up. Right off the bat, I want to say I love the color of this casting. The blue with the red contrast looks absolutely great, and has a really kind of racing looking livery on it, obviously because it is a drag truck. Has comp cams on the side, along with a few other sponsors. It says Hot Wheels right there as well. And it has a little checkered decal back here, and it has gold wheels, which I really think look great on this car. All the colors just work very well. It also has a wheelie bar, obviously, because it's part of the drag strip series, along with a parachute. I do kind of wish they would have put tampos on the front of this truck, but it's okay. It does have quite a few other decals, but there's none on the back, so I don't really see why they did not put them on the front. It would have made a huge difference. It would have looked great as well, but there's also a hood scoop on the hood. That's a very nice detail. It really makes this truck look like a drag truck. It really sells the fact that it is a race vehicle. Enough talking about this truck, let's go ahead and move on to the next Hot Wheels car. Next up, we have the Liberty Walk Super Silhouette S15, which I've already done a review on, and I already have opened one, so I'm not going to open this one, but I do have the other one right here. So we can go ahead and take a closer look at it. I'm not going to go too in-depth about this because I have reviewed it already. But it's also a recolor. The original came in white. It was kind of reversed color. The stripes were yellow on the original with a white body. This is kind of the opposite. I do prefer the first one, but this one looks great as well. Obviously it says Liberty Walk on the spoiler there, and there are a lot of aggressive details on this because it is a Liberty Walk car. And you know, they have very aggressive looking body kits, which look very nice on just about any car they put them on. Here is a look at the bottom of the car. It says Liberty Walk Super Silhouette Nissan Silvia right there. This is a very nice looking casting, and I'm very happy that Mattel released it. Now let's move on to the recolor of the McLaren F1. This is part of the Factory Fresh series, and I really do prefer this color over any other color it could have been released in. I absolutely love the orange. But yeah, let's go ahead and open this guy up. Like I said, the orange looks great on this car. It really fits it, and it just really sells the fact that it is a McLaren F1, because if you've ever seen one, you've probably seen it in this color. This is just kind of the signature color for this car, and I'm really happy that it came with tampos on the back and the front. It just really makes this casting worth picking up. And it has the same wheels as the first release, which is alright with me because I think they look the best on this car. And yeah, this car has a vent on the hood, or on the top up there. Has a lot of details of the vents on the top. They really went through the detail on this. It just looks great. Has all the vents and everything. And I love the back part here with the split window. I've always thought that looks great. But yeah, other than that, that's really it with this casting. It's kind of there's not really much going on with it because it is not the F1 GTR. It is just the regular F1. But nonetheless, a legendary car, and I'm really glad that Hot Wheels put this amount of detail into it. Now this next one is one of my favorites out of this case. It is the custom Honda Civic. This is an absolutely amazing looking casting, and it's just very different from anything else Hot Wheels has ever released. It is part of the Hot Wheels Japan Imports series, and here's a look at the back of the package for it. It is, like I said, one of my favorite castings, and I'm ready to rip this guy out of the package. Now that we've opened it up, let's go ahead and get a closer look. One thing I really like about this casting are the wheels. This obviously is meant to imitate drag slicks on the front, because it has a very small wheel on the back and the giant wheels up there on the front. And it kind of makes this car sit with a little bit of a slant. It looks very cool. And the windows have these rivets around them, which is very unique. I've never really seen another mainline car with that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there may have been one in the past, but I've never got one myself. There are no back tampos, unfortunately, but it's okay because there are details on the hood and on the side, and Hot Wheels normally only puts detail into two sides of the car. But this is a great looking casting. I love the black bumper as well. All the mismatched panels and everything make this car very unique, and I do recommend picking this one up. Next we will move on to the Mazda RX7. This too is a recolor, but it is still one of my favorites in this case. I love this casting, but I kind of wish they would have released it with a plain paint with no stripes or anything, but the gold stripes do look cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and open this guy up. Once again, this is a recolor, so I'm not going to go too in-depth with it. It originally was blue, I believe, and now it is obviously red with gold stripes. It also has these gold wheels. I love these wheels, I always have. They look great on this casting. On the front it says Mazda right there, and here's a look at the bottom for anyone who wants to see that. Yeah, other than that, there's not much else going on, so let's move on to the next car. I'm quite excited for this next one because it is an all-new casting for 2022. It is the McLaren Evora, and it is part of the Hot Wheels Exotic series. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this out of the package so we can take a closer look. First off, I want to say that I love the brown seats in there. It really makes it look like it has leather seats, and it makes it look like the real car as well. And I also love the livery this thing has on it with the two white stripes and the white number 12 on the side. There are not many other details with this car, to be honest with you. It's kind of a plain deco for this. It does say McLaren on the front right there, but there are no headlights nor taillights, which is not the greatest, but it's okay, I guess, because there are other details on this car that stand out. Yeah, like I said, this is an all-new casting. It's one of my top favorites for this case because it is all new, and I absolutely love the McLaren Evora. So yeah, this is a great looking car. It has the gray 10-spoke wheels. I believe those are 10-spoke wheels. I'm not going to take the time to count. Really kind of looks like it. But yeah, it's a great looking casting overall, and I would recommend that you guys pick this one up if you find it. Next up, we have the red recolor of the Honda S2000. Now this has to be one of my top favorite recolors pretty much ever because I already love the S2000 casting, and in red it looks absolutely amazing, and it also has headlight and taillight tampos which really sell this casting, and I do think the 5-spoke wheels fit this casting the best. It looks great overall, and I know it is a recolor and this thing has been released numerous times before, but I don't really care because the more the merrier with this. It is, like I said, one of my favorite castings. It's really great looking in red. Here's a look at the bottom of the car. Since this is a recolor, I'm not going to say much else, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the next car. Now this next one I'm really excited for because it is an all-new casting. It is the Porsche 911 GT3. This car is part of the Factory Fresh series. That has to be one of my favorite series ever because it always includes brand new cars. And I think the color on this car looks great as well. I know there is a black one coming out, but I do think the blue looks the best. But yeah, let's go ahead and open it up. With it out of the package, you can really appreciate this color, and I love the black roof on the top. That looks absolutely amazing. And yeah, there are also kind of separate pieces for the headlights, which I really like. And there are still tampos for the details on the front, the little vents, and the Porsche logo there. And it also has taillights, along with a license plate and these little indicators there on the side. I really love how this casting turned out. It has so much detail. I've read some comments on some Instagram posts about this casting, and some people say it looks unproportionate. In my opinion, I think it looks perfect. It just looks like a great casting. I can't really see anything wrong with it. It has these great wheels. These look absolutely perfect on this car. I don't think they could have found any wheels that would have fit this better, and especially in that color. It just looks great in contrast with the blue. But yeah, this is definitely one of my top maybe 2 or 3 in this case. Very nice looking car, and I'm glad they decided to release it. Next up, we have a car that is all new for Hot Wheels, the 1971 Lamborghini Miura SV in orange, part of the Hot Wheels Exotic series. A great looking casting even before it's out of the box, so I'm just going to go ahead and get this guy out. Out of the package, you can just already see how beautiful this car is. In real life, it's a great looking car. And they also put detail on the front and back, which I really do appreciate. I love it when Hot Wheels does that with these new releases. On the side here, this little bit, along with the front bumper, I believe are kind of gray plastic, which it looks fine from a distance, but up close, you kind of maybe would look a little cheap, but it doesn't really matter, because once again, I'm mostly going to be looking at this car from a distance if I display it. But on the front here, we have tampos for the headlights, the Lamborghini logo, and these little vents. And on the back, like I said, we have the tail lights, and there are those chips right there from the factory? That's kind of unfortunate. I have 3 chips on the back of mine, but that's not a huge deal. I guess they're a little bit small. But it also has a license plate, and it says Lamborghini Miura SV. And there are also indicators right there that are painted, which that's such a small detail. I'm quite surprised that they did that. Oh, and on the side there are a little bit of details as well. I'm surprised there's detail on 3 sides. They normally only do 2, like I said. That's really going above and beyond on Hot Wheels' part. But yeah, this is a great looking casting, and I'm really glad that Hot Wheels finally released it. Next up, we have the Pontiac GTO, the 2006 Pontiac GTO that is, part of the Drag Strip series. These cars in real life are some of my favorite cars. They're just so cool, and I'm really glad that Hot Wheels is releasing something like this. Yeah, let's go ahead and open it up. Now, I kind of wish Hot Wheels would have released one of these in a regular red color without the tampos on the side, but it's still great to have, especially from the front. It looks amazing. Has the big ram air hood, which I've always loved on these cars. And I do also love that this car is released with skinny wheels in the front. That is a very rare thing for cars now that are released by Hot Wheels, especially drag cars, but I'm really glad they still decided to put them on this one. On the side here we have kind of a mean looking design. It says Pontiac and 06 right there. I love this design. Normally I don't like it when they put all these crazy designs on cars, but I think it just works with this one. Once again, since this car is part of the drag strip series, we have a parachute and the wheelie bar, which really makes it look like a drag car. It looks really aggressive, and we also have huge back tires, which contrast great with the tiny front wheels. Overall, a great looking casting, and the red just is probably my favorite color they've released this in. Now this next car is by far my favorite in the case. I went so many places looking for this, and I eventually found 3 at Walmart. Had to dig to the bottom of the dump bin to get it. It is the Lamborghini CNFP37. An amazing looking new casting, part of the Factory Fresh series. 1 out of 10. This is a great looking car. I can't wait to open this guy up. Right off the bat, I just want to say that this paint is really unique and it looks very similar to the real life counterpart. I love that they went with kind of this matte color. They went above and beyond with this casting in my opinion, because as you can see on the back there is just so much detail there, along with the front, and god, this car is just so great looking. Hot Wheels did an amazing job on it. These wheels look pretty similar to the real life wheels on the car, and they are obviously in that bronze color. So this overall is definitely my favorite casting by far. This is going to be one that's really sought after by collectors, so if you see one in stores, I really recommend that you pick it up, because like I said, I had so much trouble finding it, had to dig to the bottom of an already picked over dump bin, and I just happened to be the first to get to 3 of these, so I'm definitely going to keep 2 sealed and have this one on display, because this is just such an amazing looking casting. $12 down, 3 cars to go, one of those cars being the Aston Martin V12 Speedster. Now this is a recolor. This car was previously released in a silver color, but I do really like the white on this because it makes the rear tampos stand out very well, along with the little Aston Martin logo there and the headlights. This is a great looking casting, a very unique car in real life. As you can see, the top here has these 2 little, they kind of look like canoes from the top, but they have these 2 little places where a driver and a passenger can sit. In real life, this is, like I said, a very unique car, and I'm glad Hot Wheels decided to release it. Here's a look at the bottom of the car. Obviously it says Aston Martin V12 Speedster with the Hot Wheels logo. There's not much going on down here. This car also comes with silver 5-spoke wheels, and overall a great looking casting and definitely a great recolor. Second to last, we have the red Copo Camaro, the 69 Copo Camaro. This car is part of Muscle Mania, and it is 2 out of 10. Right off the bat, I just want to appreciate how simple this livery is on this car. It's always nice to get a classic car like this in a simple livery with nothing crazy. It is a beautiful red color. It also has those white stripes on the hood, and it also says, I believe, Camaro right there. Overall, an amazing looking casting. I love these old Camaros, and I'm glad Hot Wheels is finally releasing this car again. I remember a long time ago they released a red one. That was back when I was little and I had it, but I cannot locate that now. I believe I've lost it, so I'm glad I got another chance at getting one. But yeah, I absolutely love the 69 Camaro casting. On the bottom we have huge wheels here, with not the tiny wheels on the front, but still some smaller wheels there. And here is a look at the bottom. It says 69 Copo Camaro. Overall, a great looking casting, and it just goes to prove that simplicity just simply looks better sometimes. Now the final car for this video is the white recolor of the Nissan Z Proto, part of the Factory Fresh series, 5 out of 10. Now I'm not sure if I've ever seen one of these cars in real life in white, but either way it looks great as a Hot Wheels car. It still has the bronze wheels that the original yellow release had, and it has rear tampos along with the front tampos as well, which without the rear tampos this car would look very boring in the back, so I'm glad they included those and it looks absolutely amazing. Definitely one of my favorite new castings of 2022 because I just love this car in real life as well. I love Zs and I'm really glad that Mattel is releasing just a simple, just a simple color of the Z. There's nothing crazy going on with it. And they've really done well with this casting and it looks very similar to the real life counterpart. Here's a look at the bottom. It says Nissan Z Proto, but other than that there's not much else going on with this car. I really do love the front end. I think the headlights along with this big grille look just absolutely amazing, and I'm really happy with how this casting turned out. Alright, that is the end of the video. If you made it this far, I really do thank you. I appreciate all of you that watch these videos and support me, and I do ask that you please leave a Mondo like and don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.